Alright guys, welcome back to Bottling Bond. Today on our single malt series, we are headed back to Scotland, of course, and we are visiting once again the Laphroaig distillery. If you remember Laphroaig, they are in the Isle of Islay, and once again we can expect to receive peat when it comes to the whiskey, right? But today we're actually going to visit the Laphroaig Quarter Cask. Bam! So what do they mean by quarter cask? So quarter cask is the process of, well, quarter cask is a smaller cask. And when they talk about Laphroaig Quarter Cask, it's a process of aging in a smaller cask than a typical, regular barrel or regular cask. A regular cask of whiskey or whatever it's used for, it's usually about 200 liters. I've seen bigger, but the ones that are smaller, such as the quarter cask, can only hold about 50 liters or so. What does that mean? What that means is that it first ages in ex-bourbon casks for about 6 years or so. There's really no age statement, and then what they're doing is they're moving it into the quarter cask, and they're aging it for about maybe 6, maybe 7 months in there. But this is what happens. A quarter cask is only 50 liters, so as opposed to a regular one, which is 200 liters, now you're dealing with just 50 liters, kind of like aging in a smaller barrel. The aging process multiplies now. Sometimes it could be 4 times faster than a regular barrel, and in other times it could be, different multipliers. But nonetheless, regardless of that math, which I hate math, right? The thing about aging in a smaller cask, like a quarter cask, you also cover more area of the wood, so the whiskey touches more parts of the wood. In the quarter cask example, it's believed to cover more surface, about 30% or so more surface area, which calls for faster aging. So the Laphroaig that I reviewed here before is the 10-year. This, considering it's about 6 years and then 7 months in quarter cask, doesn't even hit 7 years. So we'll call it anywhere between 6 to 7 year age, but it's supposed to pick up more rich, notes from the cask because it ages a lot quicker. Nonetheless, let's open it up. Actually, it's not as potent as the 10-year, so that's surprising. That could also mean that this bottle was never turned on its side, soaked in the cork, and it may have different flavors still. Rich peaty nose, but it's not as potent as the 10-year. I want to try something. This color looks kind of off too. If I'm not mistaken, it looks a little darker than the 10-year. Let's pull out the 10-year and see what we're talking about. It's a little bit, just a little bit of a darkness to it. Oh man, but the peat on this one is that much more potent. Not as sweet. So the quarter cask is not as sweet on the nose as the Laphroaig 10-year that's been matured for a lot longer. And the peat notes are not as potent. Still has those grassy, root, dirty, musty, smoked cheese, cigar-like notes, but this one feels like to the nose is a little drier, and this one seems to be a little bit sweeter. A little cigar-like, just a little bit citrusy, not so much floral. Still has the sweetness, easier to drink from what I remember. The quarter cask seems to be a little bit drier and less stronger than the 10-year. The 10-year feels like it's a little bit sweeter, but the cigar-like notes are more potent. Dry, salty, sweet, not so much cigar-like, but still has those notes. Leathery, musty. Did I mention salty? 10-year, sweeter, more mellow, more sugary taste to them. Not so briny, not so salty. So the 10-year, it still has those cigar-like notes, but it feels like it's a little bit more mellow. They were left to just age just a little bit longer and smooth out the edges on it. Lighter body, and not so heavy as the quarter cask. And on one last note, I will add that the Laphroaig 10-year is 43% alcohol by volume, making it an 86 proof, and the Laphroaig Quarter Cask is 48% alcohol by volume, making it a 96 proof. So a lot stronger on the proof, which is why I'm picking up more of those cigar-like smoked cheese, briny, salty, cherry, grassy, fruity notes on a quarter cask. Less of an age, quicker of a process with the quarter cask, but more enhanced notes and not so smooth, yet still drinkable and still something I'd recommend. Laphroaig Quarter Cask definitely gets my vote. Nonetheless, guys, if you guys have had Laphroaig Quarter Cask from Laphroaig Distillery in Scotland, let me know in the comments below. Let me know what you thought. Let me know what you pick up. This is a little different with the peat and everything from Islay. Also, guys, let me know what you think I should be sampling, tasting, and reviewing on my next review here on Bottled and Bond. I'm Ozzy. This is Laphroaig Quarter Cask from the Laphroaig Distillery in Islay, Scotland. And this is Bottled and Bond. Cheers.